Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Stephen Sondheim and James Lapine's beloved musical Into the Woods hits the big screen where we'll open nationwide on Christmas Day. And I'm here at the Ziegfeld Theater for the New York premiere on the red carpet where the stars came out to celebrate. How exciting is this? It's like the best of Broadway and the best of Hollywood.
Yeah, it's really Broadway goes Hollywood in like the most literal way. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, what have you heard about the film?
I've heard that it's incredible. I've heard that like they kind of couldn't have done better, which I'm really so happy to hear about because this show is sacred to everybody. Yeah.
Well, I've seen it twice already. It's really superb. Rob Marshall has done such a gorgeous job on this. You knew the show well. Did you do it before?
I did it my senior year of high school.
Who'd you play?
The baker. Yeah. And I grew up with that, that recording like everybody. I know every line. So I'm hoping I don't sing along. That would be really...
Oh, you should. No. They'll eventually do like the sing-along like they did with The Sound of Music.
Yeah, maybe later. Maybe when it's out on DVD.
What makes this such a beloved musical?
Well, it's so universal. I mean, it's these archetypal characters that we all grew up with, like not the characters from the musical, but Little Red Riding Hood, Cinderella, these stories that we all know, sort of like turned inside out and cracked open to like find the most human part of them. So we all connect with them immediately. Everyone has their memory of growing up listening to the story of Little Red Riding Hood, and also everyone's felt like they've been like lost in the woods in their life. So it's just like incredibly universal.
I'm so happy to be here. I've been waiting for this movie for so long, and it's going to be awesome. I just know it.
Well, I've seen it twice. I've been telling everybody. What have you heard so far?
I've heard that Meryl Streep is phenomenal, and I can't wait to see her. I'm very curious to see what Johnny Depp does with the role. I'm sure he's great. I just love Sondheim, and I love the fact that they're making more movie musicals now, and it's great to see.
What have you heard?
Joe, I've heard only amazing things, and they've done a great adaptation. The thing is, I've never seen a stage play, and I'm not that familiar with the music either, so I'm looking forward to be bowled over.
It's going to blow you away. I've seen this twice already, the film, and I'm a huge fan of the stage show. So talk about life over at Les Mis.
It's still going. It's going strength to strength. We're having a great time. Some cast members have come and gone, and it's just a great ride still. And we're looking forward. We just done a great new photo shoot, so I'm looking forward to seeing how they turn out.
Just talk about audiences' reaction. Audiences love the show. They adore you in this show. What that means to you and what that's like.
Well, to be welcomed into this new town with a show I love and a show that's loved all around the world. You hope you did a good service to it, and I hope I'm doing that as a fan as well as an actor in the show.
How excited are you to be here tonight?
I am just so very excited to be here. James Lapine, he put me on Broadway, my first Broadway show. Yeah, Spelling Bee. Yeah, so I'm happy to celebrate the movie with him.
What have you heard?
Well, I kind of saw a screening of it a couple of days ago, and I loved it. I was like, I have to see it again, and I got the invite. I was like, I will be here. Everyone, this entire cast is just brilliant, and the music, of course, is brilliant. And I'm just glad to see it again. Yeah.
And I'm so excited for them. Stephen Sondheim and James have wanted this to be done for such a long time, and it was finally done.
Finally.
And done right.
Yes. Oh man, it's done right. There's nothing wrong about this movie at all.
I never got to see it on Broadway, but I get to see the premiere of the movie, so I can't wait.
No, you've auditioned for James Lapine before, right?
Oh yes. Spelling Bee, my first show on Broadway, so he was in the room, so it was great. And I was doing a regional production of Into the Woods when I auditioned for Spelling Bee.
Who did you play in Into the Woods?
I played the wolf and the steward, and usually the wolf is with the prince. So when I looked at James, he said, "Who are you playing?" I said, "I'm playing the wolf and the steward." In James's wonderful voice, he goes, "That's interesting." And I was like, wow, he's a really nice guy. And he actually is. He's got a heart of gold. And I thank him all the time when I see him for giving me my first Broadway show. And I'm so glad I get to support him here with his movie.
What was it like working with him on Spelling Bee?
He's a genius. He's a quiet genius, but a genius at that. He can see things that you're doing, and sometimes he can see what you're about to do, and he'll stop you and go, no, don't do that. I know where you're going to go with that. That's not where this scene needs to go. And you're like, wow, he knew what I was going to do. He's great. He's also a fantastic writer, and I think he doesn't get enough credit for what he does. I mean, most people don't realize he wrote the book to Into the Woods, and he wrote the script for this movie. So it's kind of nice to have the man who put it on stage put it on film as well.
What have you heard about the film?
I've heard it's fantastic, and I'm a huge fan. And I mean, I have all the soundtracks, the London and the Broadway. And I also have the video when they did it with Bernadette Peters. So I'm looking forward to just seeing everything tonight.
How excited are you to be here tonight?
Yes, I'm thrilled to be here. It came up at the last minute, and I said, yes, absolutely, I want to be there. This is a great premiere of a great film. I'm certain the story is going to translate well from the stage to the film, to the screen.
Well, I've seen it twice already. It's gorgeous. You're going to have the best time tonight. A new Disney movie, and now you're in a big Disney show, Aladdin. Tell me how life is over at the New Amsterdam.
Well, it's maddeningly wonderful. I mean, we have standing ovations nightly, sometimes standing ovations even in the first act, which is never seen, never done.
It's your entrance, your entrance.
That's right. Wouldn't that be wonderful? No, it's the genie. The genie is amazing, and this entire cast in Aladdin is just so wonderful. I'm proud to be a part of it. It's my 8th Broadway show, but goodness, I've never had a better group of people around me. It's just a wonderful thing.
How excited are you to be here tonight?
Man, it's crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy. I'm so excited to be here, man.
I mean, from a Disney show to a Disney film, I mean, what's going on over at Lion King?
You know what? I think it's time. I think it's time the Lion King makes a jump back like this does. Yeah, I think it'd be great.
What have you heard about the film?
Good things. Nothing but good things. I want to see Johnny Depp. I really want to see Johnny Depp get down with some music, man. It should be fun.
How's life over at Lion King?
It's great. 17 years going. It's great times, man.
Tell me what it was like working with Rob Marshall again and working on this film.
Well, it was great to collaborate with Rob on such an exciting, it's my second Sondheim project, my first with Rob, and it was just a thrill to do such a complex, beautiful story as Into the Woods.
Was it a dream for you, I mean, like a fantasy the same way to design this world, a fairy tale world?
I mean, you can't get more fantasy than a fairy tale, so it was great not only designing one fairy tale, but designing several that are woven together in a story. It was a huge challenge and very interesting experience for me.
What was the easiest costume for you to design, and what was the hardest for you to design or come up with?
They were all hard.
They're stunning.
You know, it was a lot of handwork. It's a really, for me, really a act of love toward craft. We did a lot of textile work on everything, which was really fun. And I think the witch's transformation is always a challenge, how you do it. And, you know, everyone else, I just had a great time doing it.
Tell me how cool it was to live in the world of Stephen Sondheim, James Corden, and Rob Marshall.
Oh, it's just amazing, you know, like the experience as well, to work with them and to even meet them, it's just unbelievable, you know, it's amazing.
Did you know the show before?
No, I actually watched it on a DVD, the whole show, and it just blew me away, you know, it's just amazing, like, yeah.
So what was it like working with Sondheim? Did he give you some notes? Did you sing with him? Tell me what happened.
Yeah, I did sing with him, and he's just the greatest guy on earth, you know, he's top dog, you know, he's amazing.
And working with this cast?
The cast, like James Corden, Meryl Streep, Anna Kendrick, etc., they're just amazing. They're good friends with me as well, like, they're really decent, yeah, they're really nice.
And a lot of your scenes, of course, are with Tracy Ullman, who played your mom. What was it like working with her?
She's just really funny, like, totally funny. She's just amazing, like, she's, in a way, she's a second mum, because, like, she's really caring, and she loves me, and, yeah, she's amazing, yeah.
If you could sum up the best part of working on this film, what was it for you?
Well, probably just, like, meeting everyone, really, so, like, James Corden and that. It was just making friends, new friends, yeah, a new start, yeah.
Congratulations, I love this. Have you seen it yet?
I did see it. I've seen it.
Did you have the best time?
I loved it, and just made me cry.
Just tell me what it was like living in that world of Sondheim, James Corden, and working with Rob Marshall.
Fantastic. I mean, working in that wood. We built, you know, that studio with trees and birds living in the trees, and Rob and horses galloping through, and my cow, and we were in the woods. You know, it smelt very earthy. It was wonderful.
And singing a Sondheim musical, is it all like is it on the bucket list? Do you pinch yourself?
Oh, it was fantastic. The bits I got to do, I just loved it. It was really a joy, and it's all glamorous and wonderful here tonight.
Tell me what it was like working on this, working in the Stephen Sondheim, James Corden, and Rob Marshall world.
Well, I know all of them from having worked with them before, so it was just like entering a world that I know and that I love, and that I felt so privileged to be in this, because it is a movie musical of Steve's work, one of his great scores. I'm not sure he has any score that's not great, but this is like really just so lends itself to being made into a movie. So to have been asked to be, and it was like, oh my gosh, how lucky am I? And Meryl, you know, doing another musical with Meryl. Yeah, there was no downside except that I had to commute back and forth to London. And I wish I had been able to just hang out with cast more in London and rehearsed more with them, but I was on the first plane out as soon as I finished, you know, but that was not a problem. How lucky was I?
Is it all surreal doing a big, you know, you're working with Rob Marshall. It's like old Hollywood musicals.
Yeah. Working with Rob makes you feel like you're in it, like it's old Hollywood.
Like MGM.
Yeah, it was really exciting.
How do you feel tonight?
I'm just excited. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to celebrate this movie, and we filmed it over a year ago, so just to have the opportunity to be together again, and I haven't seen it yet. So,
I love that no one's seen this.
No, it's like, come on, but I'm excited because it makes this even more exciting, you know.
It is terrific. It is so wonderful. Tell me what it was like working on this film, working with Rob Marshall, Stephen Sondheim, James Corden.
A gift. I keep saying the word gift, but it was a dream come true just to have these so talented people, artists, all in the same room, and from Broadway, from film, from everything. Just to be a part of that and to learn from that was a gift. It was a big gift.
And working with Meryl Streep.
It's like no words. It was incredible. I mean, just to be in the room and to have that time, the rehearsal process that Rob set up, I think was amazing for us because we really got a chance to explore the world and understand, like, how would Rapunzel carry her hair. I mean, you know, these things, but we really had time to find it together. And the fact that I got to do that with Meryl was unbelievable. Like, I was just saying it was so much of a dream that I didn't even dream it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't sit around thinking I'm gonna do that one day. But the fact that it happened just felt like it was incredible. It really was.
If you could sum up the best part of the experience, what was it for you working on this film?
The people, honestly, the people. There was such a wonderful sense about the whole thing because every single cast member was excited and just excited about bringing this to film.
How about how exciting this was to turn into a film?
So exciting. We had both seen it, both Rob and I. So when it came up and we said we would do it, we were just like scared because we wanted to honor that, the joy and the emotion that we felt in the original, but we had to adapt it for film. So it was just a great job. We had James, of course, James Lapine, and we had Steve. So they were there, and they wanted to change more than we did. We were like, you know, let's hold on to that. And we liked that. So they were really... Hello!
Oh, hi.
How are you?
Oh,
I haven't seen you
hello.
since Annie. Richard, how are you?
Yes,
Stay
hi.
together. I was going to ask you about the cast. Tell me what it was like working for him.
I don't even recognize her. So tell her how it was to work with me and Rob. And I'm standing right here.
It was terrible. No, I'm kidding. They're so awesome. They're great. Oh, no.
I feel like the best to work for, aren't they?
Yeah, you guys are so sweet too. You guys are so nice. Remember that like handshake that we did on that
Yes.
bridge?
Oh my
Do you
God.
remember that? What
Doing
was it?
it
It was like,
forever.
yeah, it was
Yes.
like, I don't
And Robbie's
know.
like, we got to film.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
just
Rob was
planned
like,
on the bridge.
can we please film the movie? We kind of have a movie to film. And we were like,
But she's used to our process because we come from theater, as you know. So we rehearse. We let the actors get to know their characters and get to know each other and get confident. And then we go to film, we throw it all away and we have fun.
Yes.
So you understand that process.
Yes,
So that's why,
yes.
yeah, we're
Getting to work with James Lapine again.
yes, that was amazing. I mean, he's a good friend of mine. So
The reason we went to
no
see
big deal.
Annie is because we were working with James, and he said, you know, come see my show. And we were like, this girl can act.
Aw,
This girl's. So we
thank
literally,
you.
we were like, yeah.
Oh,
with all the
thank
little
you.
girls who were watching it, Rob and I were like, this is so bizarre.
Oh, thank you.
Isn't it great how it all starts in theater?
Yes, I
Yes,
love
yes.
that. I love theater, the theater.
Okay, if you could sum up the best part of working on this film for you, what was it?
When Johnny Depp was picking leaves out of my head. That's a different story, but that was my favorite.
All right, tell me what it was like living in the world of Stephen Sondheim, James Lapine, and Rob Marshall.
Well, we had a moment where Stephen Sondheim actually walked into the room, went to the piano, changed notes on a piece of paper, thanked us, and walked out. And Anna Kendrick and I literally cried. I mean, it was an astonishing time with all the greats and masters in the business. And Meryl Streep, Johnny Depp, I mean, this was really the best of the best. And if this movie isn't the best movie that came out in decades, then we're all in trouble. Because it has all the most fabulous people in it and working on it.
And working with the cast.
Yeah, Meryl Streep, amazing. She's from Newark.
I love a Jersey girl.
She's a Jersey girl. Tracy Ullman, oh my gosh, she was fabulous. Cracking jokes the whole time. James Corden, I mean, it's a very serious thing to work for Disney, yes, but it seems like they hire people that don't want to do anything but laugh and have a great time, and how confident in themselves. So there's no big egos to get in the way. Everyone's just doing their own thing, and it was a good time.
You were so wonderful in this film. Tell me what it was like doing a musical.
Very exciting and very challenging, but I couldn't be more grateful and honored to be a part of it. Like, Rob created this beautiful world. Sondheim wrote a beautiful musical, and like, the fact that I got to be a part of it, I couldn't be more thankful and blessed, you know? It's crazy. It really is.
Your number in there with Chris is amazing, how it's shot in the water and everything else. Really? What was it like shooting Agony?
Cold. Very cold. Very cold. Very cold. A lot of leather, a lot of tights in there. It was a lot of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you get to work one-on-one with Sondheim at all? Did he give you any kind of notes or anything during the process? Tell me.
Actually, when we were recording with the orchestra, he came in and he's like, remember, it's a love story. He doesn't ever look at you. Remember, it's a love story. And then he goes back into the recording booth, and we look out at him, and he's like, just passed out sleeping.
That's a good sign, I guess. He hears it being done right.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I hope. That's what I hope. So.
Doing a big, splashy Hollywood musical, was it surreal for you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was not surreal. It was just a job, you know, and I was really grateful that I was a part of it.
Okay. Yeah. Working with Rob Marshall, brilliant. Awesome. What was it like?
Awesome. Rob, he really gives you an artistic voice, and he like choreographs this music so well, musical so well. I really like Rob, and I'm glad I could call him a friend now, honestly.
Were you the biggest prankster on the set?
No.
Who was? Tell me who was.
No.
Give me a hint, male or female?
I was causing some ruckus. I would bet James was pretty bad. I didn't have any scenes with James, so like the days we were there, Chris and I were like setting stuff on fire, so it was good.
Let's just talk about working on this film. What it meant to you. I mean, you know, doing a big musical. I mean, doing a Sondheim, James Corden musical, and working with Rob Marshall.
It's a dream come true for anyone, let alone me. Like, you know, when Rob asked me to come and do the workshop in New York, I was convinced that he would cast, that when it came to it, he would cast someone very famous to play this part, and to be here now in the film, like, I just dreamt of being on it on stage, let alone at the moment that it's committed to film, you know? Yeah. So I'm very, very proud to be part of it.
Right, singing for Sondheim.
Yes.
Surreal. What kind of notes did he give you? What do you remember?
I just think his overwhelming note was to really enjoy it, you know?
Yeah.
From what I can see, yeah. Yeah.
That's a good note.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have as big a sing as some of the other dudes, you know?
Gotcha. Tell me what it was like living in the world of Stephen Sondheim, James Corden, and Rob Marshall.
I could tell you would like to be in that world.
I love Rob.
Yeah, it was magical. I mean, Rob sort of creates this environment where you feel that you can do anything, that anything is possible, and gives you such confidence, which we all needed singing in front of each other and in front of the world now. And he just allows you to try anything, and having Stephen Sondheim there was extraordinary at the pre-records, and seeing him so moved by hearing his music this lush and this full, because he's only ever heard it with like a 15-piece pit band, and yeah, it was an honor.
Tell me what tonight means to you.
This is so thrilling to bring this back to New York, you know, there's nothing like it. You do a Broadway musical for film, and to have that full circle is so magical for me. And also, I have to say, there's nothing like a New York audience.
Yeah, there isn't.
Nothing.
And just turning this from a stage piece into a film, were there big challenges? What unlocked it for you?
You know, in terms of unlocking it, the whole opening sequence, which is literally 16 minutes long, it was pretty much like that on stage, I have to say. I mean, we have obviously much more expanse to the piece, but the actual material was very cinematic on stage, very, you know, intercutting between so many different stories, and so I felt like there was a cinematic nature to the piece anyway, which was lovely.
Meryl, what do the woods represent to you in the production?
That's a very deep question.
But you're a deep
I need
person.
3 vodkas before I answer that.
He's the smart guy.
He's the
BBC
smart
guy, yeah.
What do the woods? Well, you know, it's everybody. It's the crucible. It's what you go into. It's what you go into to resolve stuff. It's the tough part, into the woods. And sometimes you go in and you get your wish, and sometimes your wish doesn't end up to be the thing that's good for you.
You seem like such a charming person. Was it a stretch for you to portray a
It was
witch?
so difficult. I don't know where I pulled it from, frankly.